Hello, good morning. Welcome to Ikato's Crossing. As we look at the week ahead reading, I'm going to use the Mythic Goddess Tarot by Jane Wallace, and I'm going to use this one here, which is The Journey to the Goddess Realm by Lisa Porter. So those are the two decks I'm going to use for this week. So let's take a nice deep breath and see what messages we're going to get for the week ahead. Now these, when I'm talking about the week ahead, these are cards for reflection. How do they affect our life? What's important to us right now in regards to our own journey? Remember, tarots can be very symbolic. They're not always very literal. They can be very symbolic in their meanings. So what the cards mean for one person can mean totally different for someone else. So remember, just take a moment to reflect and see how the cards sort of maybe get you to sort of think about, reflect on your life right now. So what cards are we going to reflect on for the week? Let's have a look here. Now the first card we pop out is the Ten of Pentacles. So it's a sense of completion, that sense of wholeness. How do the paths we've taken get us to where we are right now? What paths have we actually taken to get to us to where we are right now? What paths do we need to take to get to our goals, to where we want to be complete in our journey? How do we bring everything sort of together to get that wealth and abundance? Now, not necessarily financial wealth and abundance, but definitely some wealth and abundance in our life on some way. You know, we can be rich without all the money in the world. It can be about the people that surround us, a family, the sense of the home, our sense of security, that sense of feeling like we are completely healthy in many levels. So that's going to be what we're going to think about this week. What paths have we taken to get where we are right now? What paths do we need to take for us to and where we need to be? Okay, the next card that flew out was Lakshmi with the World. Again, we get a sense of achievement. So it's about acknowledging each little achievement that you've had along the way on your journey. Look at all your achievements. What have you achieved at this moment? That seems really important, to be able to reflect on the things that you've achieved and, you know, the cycles that you've completed and where you are next. You know, it feels like you have learned, you know, what have you learned and you've become the master of, so that you can take that forward on your journey. Okay, the next two cards that flipped out was the Five of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So here we're balancing out our loss and our attainment. So what have we lost in our life, and what have we gained? That's what seems to be really important here. What have we actually lost? We can acknowledge our losses. Very important to acknowledge our losses. Doesn't mean we dwell on them, because it's important to also focus on our attainment. What have we been able to complete, to be able to have that sense of gain in our journey? What have we been able to work towards our achievements? Very much here with the Eight of Coins. Okay, so what's next for us this week? Whoa! Okay, so we've got a few cards here, and we're going to use these together. So we've got Nine of Wands with Persistence, Knight of Wands with Free Spirit, Queen of Wands with Passion, and Spirit, and with the Hierophant we've got Spiritual Wisdom. So it's going to be a very important week that we keep going. We don't give up in regards to any goals or anything that we want to achieve. Okay, maybe there's something more that we want to achieve, so we don't want to give up. We want to allow ourselves to have the permission, the freedom to be able to achieve what we want on our journey. Seems super important here. And to have that freedom, we've also got to have that passion, that creativity, that desire to achieve our goals. You know, we've got to have the ability, the freedom, the possibility to achieve what we want, but it comes from our own independence, our own ability to give ourselves permission, you know, that it's okay to achieve our goals. and to know what wisdom and knowledge we've gained. The sense of the faith, the belief, Juno. I feel like with the Hierophant there, it's all about the lessons that we've learned along the way, the ability to really, so yeah, it feels like it's a very strong contemplative week. Looking at what we've achieved. What are the losses that we've had in our life? What are the gains that we've had in our life? What are our achievements? What are the little things that we've actually achieved in our path so far in this cycle? Being able to sort of move forward in where we want to go. We want to move forward now. It's very much about moving forward on our journey. So we've got to have that sense of persistence, that keep going, that drive, that motivation, to be able to give ourselves permission to be able to have that passion to move forward. Super important here. So looking at what lessons we've learned and what spirituality, what's our faith. Super important there. Okay, so let's have a look and see. So far we've got the goddesses. We've got Lakshmi. Okay, got Lakshmi, which is super important here, the Hindu goddess here. And we also have Juno, which is a Roman goddess. Okay, so let's have a look and see what goddess is going to give us. Oh, okay. Two popped out here. So we've got two goddesses here. We've got Bridget and Shishat. So Bridget with the Celtic goddess, about partnership. So it could be about agreements between two people, a sense of partnership on some way, whether that's in a romantic partnership, a business partnership. There is an agreement. There does seem to be some sort of connection there that seems really important on this journey. And then we've got Sishat with intellect. So it's very much about our sense of, I want to say, our thoughts and our ideas, our wisdom, our knowledge gained from our experiences here. So I think that can be from the knowledge or the experiences that we've gained from what's been going on, our achievements, our losses, our sense of things can help bring us forward into new partnerships and what's going on. So let's do a little bit more of a deep dive here. What I'm going to do is let's have a look at Lakshmi first. We'll look at Lakshmi first and see what it says in the guidebook here, which I think is quite important. So we're talking about Lakshmi. Lakshmi, Lady of Wealth, Good Fortune and Beauty, is one of the most beloved goddesses in India and is married to Vishnu, the principal Hindu deity. Lakshmi bestows abundance, luxury and happiness. Commonly portrayed as a beautiful woman with 4 arms, she stands on a lotus flower, usually flanked by elephants. Lakshmi brings good fortune to all to whom she turns her attention. She aided Indra, the warrior god, in his fight against the demons. But one day Indra arrogantly tossed a garland of sacred flowers to the floor. Lakshmi was angered by his attitude and fled to the milky ocean, taking with her success and fortune and leaving demons in control. Vishnu told Indra that the gods would need to churn the milky ocean to regain Lakshmi and her blessings. After 1,000 years of churning, Lakshmi reappeared as a beautiful woman standing on a lotus flower and helped to save the world from demons. And think about this as victory is mine. You know, close your eyes. Victory is mine. You know, I'm able to succeed in all I do. Okay, and then the next one we had was Juno, right, with Hierophant. So let's have a look and see what Juno is with the Hierophant. Okay, so I said is a Roman goddess of marriage, is a protector of the state and guardian of tradition. So again, the sense of relationships here, which seems interesting. So we are talking about relationships in some way when we're talking about marriage. Protector of the state and guardian of tradition. She is known as She is known as the spirit of time, in charge of organizing the orderly division of time. In this capacity, she rules the menstrual cycle, the earliest calendar, matron and protector of women. Juno has the power to fulfill any request made by a devotee. Although she is often equated with the Greek goddess Hera, Juno is calm, regal, and serene. Hera can be a little bit volatile, but Juno is nice and calm, regal, and serene. Juno is a guardian, alert for her charge's safety. Legend has it that her sacred geese gave warning to the Roman military where the Gauls tried to invade Rome. And here she says, I choose which traditions I embrace and how I do it. So it's very much about what you believe. What is your belief in regards to relationships, and your connections with other people. Now, I'm not talking necessarily about romantic relationships. Remember, partnerships, even though she does talk about the goddess of marriage. Now, that marriage might not be a traditional marriage as such, but it could be a marriage of a contract between two people in regards to a business opportunity. Who knows where that connection symbolically is. Okay, only you will know that. And what does Juno mean to you in regards to the connection? Okay, the marriage, the sense of agreement, contract, all those sort of things come into play there. Okay, so let's grab the other book and let's have a look at Bridget. Okay, so we talked about, Bridget is one of the classic tropical goddess of the Celts and may appear as a maiden, mother, or crone. Bridget is a seer into the other world of Avalon and the fairy realm. She is a protector of children and animals and is the inspirational muse of healing, poetry, and smithcraft. The oak tree is sacred to her, and she is often associated with fire. The woven four-pointed cross is her symbol, representing onset into spring equinox from winter solstice. That's interesting. Okay, Bridget communes with you now and offers you the beautiful gift of loyal partnership or friendship with another, and all the blessings of mutual relating to each other. So it's very much about relationships or friendships between two people. Okay, so interesting there. Okay, and then the last one was Intellect, 29 with Seashat. Okay, so let's have a look at Seashat and see what... Okay, ancient Egyptian goddess Seashat is a record keeper and writer of knowledge and wisdom. Her name means she who scribes. She invented letters and works with Thoth, who invented writing. Seashat is the high priestess of literature and libraries. That's interesting because we're moving into the month of Thoth. Very interesting because we're leaving behind Anubis and moving into Thoth if you're into Egyptian astrology, which you can see my series also on my channel. So the 7th rayed star is her emblem, which is depicted above her head in a crown chakra. She wears a leopard hide, symbolic of her high-ranking priestess role. She's a master at math and geometry, used to measure sacred grid lines on Earth. She informs you to make the time to use and enjoy the earthly gift of the written word. The sacred form of encoding and sharing information is valuable, whether through the works of literature, scholarship, diplomacy, or creative expression. Interesting. Okay, so that's it from me for the week that lies ahead. Don't forget to check the links down below. Check the links on my channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell so you know when the next video will be uploaded. Take care, and blessed be.